The push that you're seeing right now for an arrest, for jailing, for imprisoning Hillary Clinton, who hasn't been in the public eye for 10 years, almost 10 years since Hillary Clinton went away and was taking her walks in the woods and shit. And they're now dragging her back. They're now bringing Obama back into the conversation. And James Comey, who's been a private citizen for, nearly a decade. And they're doing this as a distraction. But, and here's the theory, and it's a pretty cemented theory, pretty secure theory here, because we got all the receipts and the evidence. This is a coordinated effort on the part of conservatives writ large, but also elected leaders to distract from Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump's involvement and his nearly 2-decade-long best friendship with a child a of children. I don't know. I don't know any of those. I am not friends with anybody of that caliber of character. I don't talk about not going to Jeffrey Epstein's rape island as though I didn't have the privilege of being invited like Donald Trump does. This is a different class of individual who talk like this. And Donald Trump right now, in an effort to distract, is now bringing Hillary Clinton back and talking about how she should pay the price, which you'll remember, I'm going to play it at the end here, from last week when James Comer used that exact curious language. And they're enlisting people like Megyn Kelly and others in conservative media to also push this, that Hillary Clinton should be in jail, should be behind bars. It's all a distraction because they never say for what. It's just, oh yeah, lock her up. It's gaining more momentum now that Donald Trump is kind of an unfettered dictator type with absolute immunity from prosecution while president of the United States, thanks to our MAGA Supreme Court, 3 of whom were appointed by Donald Trump. It's all just an incestuous conservative pile. Just gross. Anyway, watch Donald Trump, how he's talking about Hillary Clinton here, and there will be a through line.
These new emails, Mr. President, suggest essentially that Hillary Clinton personally approved the Russia hoax.
With Obama?
With Barack Obama. And my question is she finally going to pay for what she did, or does she get a pass again?
So, we had her, and I had her right under the sights, and I told the people, look, you can't do this to a president's wife, an ex-president, and she was Secretary of State, right. But you can't do this to the wife of a president. And
do you still feel that way?
Well, I'll tell you how I feel about it in a second. If you remember, I was at a rally, and it was after the election, and they said, lock her up, and I said, no, look, we won, just relax. And I didn't do what other people would have done, what they would have done. And then they went after me, and they meant it. I said, it's amazing. I always felt that you shouldn't be doing this stuff, and I let Hillary off the hook. I totally left her off the hook. And then I let her off the hook for what? And then I come in and they did the same thing to me. The difference is they actually meant it. And they hurt a lot of people, and it was all a hoax. And now they have it in black and white. No, I think they should pay a price.
How directly?
By the way, it's a very big price. It could be the biggest scandal in the history of our country, but it continues onward. And that continues onward. That scandal has continued.
So you may be asking, well, why is it, Jesse? This is you asking me. So listen, Jesse, why would you? Why you might be asking yourself, why is it that I think that this is just some kind of a concerted effort to distract? And it is because Obama brings special energy to MAGA. Hillary Clinton is a special kind of villain in the minds of Republicans and conservatives. Bill Clinton, he occupies that same kind of space. So the list of characters that have been foisted into the ether as a special kind of evil, they're bringing back. Hillary Clinton is not in power, does not hold elected office, and never will again. Same with Barack Obama, same with Bill Clinton, same with James Comey, same with John Brennan, same with James Clapper. Same with Susan Rice. These people aren't even public figures anymore, effectively. And Donald Trump is talking about paying the price. They need to pay the price. And they've enlisted people in the conservative media sphere. Here's a brief clip, 38, 39, 45 seconds of just an absolute sellout charlatan, Megyn Kelly, voicing this same thing using similar language.
This woman should be in jail. Literally, Hillary Clinton should be behind bars. And so should the people who worked for her who did this. This is so blatantly corrupt. She wanted to distract from her email scandal. She cooked up a plan to accuse Trump of being a Russian agent in order to distract from her own legitimate scandal. She made up a scandal about Trump being a Russian asset.
Notice there's never any specificity whatsoever. They're just clinging on to whispers of conspiracy theory. And you're going to start hearing more of it because the uptick has just begun. Last week, James Comer was on with Laura Ingraham, and he was using the exact same language, precisely the identical words to Donald Trump that you just heard him speak.
Look, I knew all along that the Democrats would try to destroy any evidence that would make them liable in this Russia hoax. We knew it was a Russia hoax. Fox knew it was a Russia hoax. You did a great job, Laura, reporting the facts about this Russia hoax. Now Kash Patel, who, by the way, is the right guy for the job, he's in there. We've got John Radcliffe in there, Tulsi Gabbard's in there. They're all trying to get the truth to the American people and hold people accountable. It's not just about the fact that we've proven they lied all along to try to hurt Donald Trump and destroy his presidential campaign. It's about the fact that they've lost confidence. We've lost confidence in the intelligence community. We have competent people in there now. We want them to pay a price. We want the Comeys and the Brennans and those guys to pay a price for what they did. It's illegal, it's wrong, and they need to be held accountable. And I think Kash Patel is on the right track, and God bless Kash Patel and John Radcliffe.
So Donald Trump says, I think they should pay a price. And by the way, a very big price. James Comer, 2 days before, maybe actually the same day, I don't know when this Newsmax article was filmed, was conducted. It was aired yesterday, but it could have been the same day. There is a coordination being done right now. If you think it's out of the realm of possibility that Hillary Clinton, that Megyn Kelly was not on the phone with Donald Trump, was not on the phone with the White House messaging people, and that James Comer is not in direct communication with, coordinating on messaging with the White House, you're a little naive. I don't believe you are. I think it's obvious, the rhetorical device I'm using here. It's clear there's coordination here. They're all landing on the same exact words. When's the last time you heard somebody talking about somebody paying a price? Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to this very important conversation. We need to keep our eyes open, our ears open, to understand what is taking place. I hope you're ready. Comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love and appreciate you very much. If you find value in what I do on a video by video basis, if you appreciate my work, I would very much thank you for considering supporting what we do here. Helping to produce what we do here through $2 a month. You can become a channel member by clicking the join button on YouTube. Below the video, you can also go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast and help support there. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. Get some rest. Take care of yourself. Self-care, very important in these times. But steel yourself for the fight. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.